Hey guys, I'm Sean Calloway and I'm the Director of New Product Development here at AnzoUSA. Today we're going to be going over and installing our 09 and up Dodge Ram headlights. Okay, so let's take a little bit closer look at the headlights. Shown here is the black housing. They're also available in chrome. We have a single projector here in the center for high and low beam. We have the amber safety reflector here on the side. Right around the edge around here is going to be the light bar that lights up with your running lights. And then down here is going to be your turn signal. Okay, so once we turn this around, we'll see a few things here on the back side. So we have our adjuster here. Our mounting location here, that's for the slide that's inside the fender well. The body locator pin. We have our high-low beam connector here. Our turn signal socket here. And then down here we have two wires, a green and a black one. The black is ground and the green is positive, and that's going to be for the light bar on the front. Okay, so now we've gone over the lights front and back, and now we're going to install them on the vehicle. There's a few things we have to take off the vehicle first, so let's get started on that. Okay, so now we're ready to start taking some parts off the vehicle. And in order to do that, we're going to start by lifting open the hood and identifying the parts that we need to remove. So for this particular Ram, we need to remove this top shroud piece as well as the grille in order to get the lights out. It's very simple. There's only 6 tabs up here that we need to remove to pull this shroud off. And then there will be some bolts that we need to unbolt from the top of the grille in order to pull this off. Okay, so to remove this top radiator cover, the best tool is going to be a fork or panel popper removal tool. For this particular one, the way I like to take them off instead of trying to pull them out through the top, because they can be kind of difficult, is to lift this up a little bit and take your tool and slide it underneath. What that's going to allow this to do is this is going to stay into this so you don't lose them. So you just like that. Once you've released all 6 of them, you can just pick this up. The clips will stay intact and set this off to the side. Okay, so now we've got the core support cover removed from the vehicle. And when you look at the top of the grill here, you'll see 4 10mm bolts going across the top. These are the ones that we need to remove in order to pull the grill off. So I'm using a T-bar today, but it's just a 10mm socket with an extension. Okay, so we've pulled out the 4 bolts across the top, and now to remove the grill, you'll have to give it a good pull out. There's some safety clips in here. There's like one here, across the center, and on the other side, and that holds this lower portion of the grill in. So all you have to do is grab right here, and the other hand up here at the top, and just give it a good couple wiggles and pull out, just like that. And then you'll release the other side, just like that. Now the grill's off the vehicle and we can set it to the side. Okay, so we've got the grill removed from the vehicle, and now we need to identify the parts to remove on the headlight in order to get it out. So we have a 10mm bolt here, a 10mm bolt here, and on the back side of the light there's an access panel in the fender well. There's a tab that you have to pull down, and once we have the light out, we can show you because your arm fits into the access hole almost perfectly. You have to feel around for it and drop it down in order to actually pull the light off. Okay, so we've removed the front 2 bolts from the front of the headlight, and now our fork tool, we can open up the access panel back here to access the slide clip that locks the back of the headlight into the vehicle. Okay, so now we're ready to remove the headlight. That we've got the slide unhooked, both these bolts are out. So what you want to do is just kind of grab and rock it back and forth so it can release from the body pin. I'm going to apply some outward pressure, it'll release. And then we can go ahead and slide up our tabs and remove our connectors. Okay, so to remove the harness, all we have to do is on the tab is we slide this red piece up and depress the tab and pull outwards. Then we can pull this from here, pull this one away from here, and same thing. This tab is naturally in the down position. Push it up like that, push and release. Just like that. Now we can set this off to the side. Okay, so now we've got the old headlight out and we're ready to install our new lights. But first we're gonna have to hook up this black and green wire to the parking light circuit in order for this light to function properly. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now. We'll just set this here. And we're gonna use the black wire for ground. We're just using Scotch locks on this. This is the easiest way to connect these. Some people will prefer to cut them and solder them in or butt connect them in, which is fine. This is just the quickest way to do this. You gotta just separate these some. That. So we've got the black wire for the ground, and we're going to use the white wire with the brown tracer, which is going to be on the plug position. It'll be the center one. So you got ground, and then the center one is going to be your power. So open this up. That on there. So you want to do these back a little bit further, not right next to the plug, just in case something, you know, happens to get messed up or you take the lights off. You have a little bit of room to work with. So this will go and slide in on this side. Then you just take your pliers, make sure everything's lined up. One of these should be in each channel on these. Slide that in. Just give it a nice solid press. Do the same thing to this one. I like to stagger them just to keep everything less bulky. Sometimes you can't do that though. You want to make sure you press them down really good, that way it cuts through the outer jacket on this. Once you've done that, just flip this over and snap it down. And you'll want to test these to make sure, by turning on this parking light, to make sure that the bar comes on before you put it all back in the vehicle. Now we can just plug this in. Here, this one goes right into here. Lock your tabs down. Push this red one in. And line it back up. So make sure you have these out of the way. Okay, so we've got the headlight back in the vehicle. All we have to do now is put the two bolts in here and then re-secure the slide in the back to lock it down. Replace the grill and the core support cover the same way we took them off, and we're done. Okay, so we've got the vehicle all back together. The last thing we're gonna need to do is grab a Phillips screwdriver and adjust the length. So what you'll do is there's two holes here with arrows. Ours will line up to this back one. And you just take your Phillips screwdriver and you insert it in, and you'll hit the adjuster and you spin it left or right, and that'll move the beam up and down. After you've done that, You're now ready to hit the road and enjoy your life.